In this question, we can see that the underlined portion begins after the conjunction and. And if we notice this construction, we can understand that this and is connecting elements of a list, and that becomes a trigger for parallelism. So what we can see about this list is that we have the names of countries here followed by the pronoun that. So if this pronoun that is present, the list becomes the literatures of the first country, the second country, and the literature of the third country. So we can see that this clearly breaks the parallel construct because we just need the sentence to say is the literatures of the first, second, and the third country. So when we take a vertical scan through the beginning of the answer options, we can see that A and B are incorrect because it unnecessarily breaks the parallelism by introducing the pronoun that, but C, D, and E all have Japan, which is the third country. So answer options C, D, and E make the list perfectly parallel. Now another difference point that we can see is the split between the verbs was and were. Now obviously this is a test for the concept of subject-verb agreement, and this is where we have to be very careful because we have so many nouns here like the names of the countries, the literatures, but we should keep in mind that this is a prepositional phrase, and in the prepositional phrase the main noun, the first noun becomes the main subject, and knowledge is a singular subject, so we can eliminate E, which says were, a plural verb. So knowledge was, knowledge was. C and D both work in this case. Now let's look at another difference. In C, we have a comma informing both this and that. Now this is a perfect idiomatic construction as well. And this comma informing is the use of the present participle modifier at the end of the clause. So how does a present participle modifier act? It modifies the whole clause in front of it. So his knowledge was instrument in his development, informing both this and that. So answer option C has perfect construction and perfect logic. So we can hold on to that. And in D, instead of the present participle modifier, we have the comma as. Now this is a conjunction which can also be read as because this informed his style as much as the content. We have a pronoun here, but please don't mistake this to be an ambiguous pronoun because we can understand logically that this it is supposed to refer to knowledge. The knowledge informed his style and the content. But the main difference that we should actually work with is how D says as much as. And this means a comparison has been done. So the first question that should come into our minds is this supposed to be actually compared, that is informed his style as much as his content? But we can also attack this construction grammatically using the concept called ellipsis. I strongly recommend you read up this concept before we proceed further with this explanation. You can just do a quick Google on this concept. But put in simple words, ellipsis is the omission of nouns and verbs during a comparison. For example, we can say China's population is greater than India's. So you don't have to repeat the word population there because it is understood. So that particular omission of a noun is called ellipsis. But when ellipsis is done with verbs, we have to be very careful whether it actually creates a meaning distortion. For example, what if I said, John loves his sister as much as his wife. Now, in one read, you might assume that you understand the meaning of this sentence, but actually, this creates an ambiguity because this sentence has ellipsed the verb loves. This sentence can either convey the meaning that John loves his sister as much as he loves his wife, or the meaning that John loves his sister as much as his wife loves his sister. And that is exactly why this sentence would be wrong on the GMAT. It creates a meaning ambiguity. So in this case, the verb cannot be omitted, the verb cannot be ellipsed, and we would have to put it across in the proper fashion that John loves his sister as much as he does his wife, or John loves his sister as much as his wife does. So in these two ways, yes, we are repeating the verb, but this definitely makes the meaning unambiguous. So when we take back this particular concept into answer option D, this construction could mean one of two things. It could mean that the knowledge informed his style as much as the knowledge informed the content, or it could also end up meaning that the knowledge informed his style as much as the content informed his style. And that is exactly why the ellipsing of the verb informed has created an ambiguity. So if this ambiguity were to be rectified, the sentence should have read, the knowledge informed his style as much as it did his content. In which case, the meaning gets clarified that the knowledge informed his content as well. And because of this ambiguity, D goes off. This leaves us with the right answer choice, C.